All right, so I'm here with the Volantex Trainstar, and we just built it last night. We have a little 2200 3S in it. I'm gonna be flying it with my DX9. This is the maiden flight of this aircraft, so I've never flown it before. The assembly was straightforward, nothing really tricky going on there. The tail wheel snaps into the rudder on the bottom here, you know. For the kit, for what it was, I mean, it's, you know, it's a cheap trainer type of kit. But everything, the building was straightforward. I think it took me longer to put the stickers on than it did to build the airplane. Everything went together really good. You know, for what I paid for it, it's a sharp little airplane. So this is the Maiden Flight right here, and I have no ASX3 or anything going on. It's just straightforward. So here it is, the Maiden Flight. Let's take it up and see what happens. Definitely pretty short field takeoff. Wow. It's reactive. Wants to climb. I've got the battery as far forward as I can get it. And it just always wants to climb a little. So that's, I'm gonna have to trim that out. So I did it with the remote now, but I'll probably physically trim it out later. Wow, can I slow this thing down? It will really slow down. I liked the prop that they included with it. It was a nice heavy prop. We'll do a real slow pass here. All right, so I'm here with the Trainstar Ascent, and I have to tell you, I've flown this aircraft a couple times now, and I really like it. I think that price point is a factor. For what you're getting here, this is really a great first option. A great option for a trainer aircraft if you don't have a lot of experience. So I'm just plugging the wing servo in here, and this is how easy this wing goes on. So, and here we go, the wing's on. There we go, clicked on. So the wings click on, and then to release, there's just these little tabs underneath that you push to get the wings off. It goes together really easy. It comes apart really easy. So here's your little battery compartment under here. We're flying a Hobby Star 2250C today. So the 2200 is what's recommended for this aircraft. And I have found that I'm up to 7 minutes of flight time, and I'm almost positive that I'll be upping that. That's 7 minutes with about 6 flights. So that should be, I'm gonna move it just a little further forward. I gotta get a mark in here for CG, although I have to say, I think the reason why I haven't even bothered with it is because I moved this battery back and forth a little bit, and this thing is just, I never have CG issues with it, so I never bother. It's really been fine no matter where I put the battery. So, XT60s on the connectors, so our battery compartment back on there. I love this landing gear, very nice heavy aluminum landing gear. Good setup, very healthy. You could do touch and goes with this thing. Again, for what you're paying, for the price point, this is a terrific airplane. Great trainer. Solid plastic prop. So some of the props on some of the aircraft are kind of flimsy. This is actually a solid plastic prop. The tail gear, very easy to set up. I mean, this stuff is plastic. It's plastic and foam. It's not like you're getting balsa and carbon fiber. But again, for 125, 150 bucks, I mean, there's places where you can get these planes for like $90 if you shop it out right. I think it's a terrific value, and it's a terrific airplane. I mean, for the money, I'm not sure how you could beat it. We'll get our remote here. So unfortunately, when I was setting it up, I did mess up the sticker that goes on this wing that says Ascent. And I have to say that it took me longer to put these stickers on than it did to build the airplane. I mean, you pretty much don't do anything when you build the airplane. Just put the vertical, the tail, you put the vertical stabilizer on, and you put the horizontal stabilizer on the elevator and the rudder, which it's like 2 screws. I want to say putting the plane together like literally took me 5 minutes. It took me longer to put the stickers on, without a doubt. And that would be like my only build note with this airplane, is there is a bunch of stickers, and the stickers are a little bit flimsy. So you really want to take your time when you put them on and have the airplane right in the right position, peel them off, know where the stickers are going to go, if you want it to look almost perfect. But there it is, the Ascent. We'll take it up and give it a flight. Let's check our, there's our rudder, elevator, ailerons, and our throttle. Go into the wind here. And she's off. And that's just how it's been with this airplane. It's a good flyer. I'm keeping it kind of high right now. I've got the sun kind of in our face as we look off to the right, and I don't like that. The most trouble that I have had with flying the airplanes is the sun. Losing perspective of the aircraft. So I'm 0 throttle now. 0 throttle, just coasting in. Now I'm giving a little throttle. The most problem that I've had with flying these airplanes is the sun. Is losing perspective with the aircraft because of the sun. So that problem is worse right now. As we look off to the right. Oh, and you can see the wind hit it there and kind of pulled it down. We've got a pretty decent wind going. There, and I almost lost perspective of it right there because it was straight lined up with the sun, and I just so be cautious if you're a newer pilot, you know, and I would say that's what this aircraft is for. The sun has been my #1. Like right now, where it is, I'm going to stay high as we're on this right side of the field, definitely above the tree line, so I can keep perspective of the airplane. And that's another tip that I've got from someone who's a little more seasoned at this, is whenever you've got some wind or a bright sun or anything that's going to interfere with your flying, keep the aircraft above the tree line so that you can keep perspective of it. what a great little airplane. I mean, I'm super impressed with cost versus what you're getting. And it's like I came to a gathering the other night, and it was windy. And there was a couple people that had some really nice airplanes, and it was like they didn't want to fly them because it was so windy. And I have a couple of really nice airplanes too, and I've got one in my truck right now, and it's like, I don't know, I'd be a little nervous to fly it in the wind. There's a touch and go. To take it up in the wind with this sun in my face, you know, and like I said, I've flown RC helicopters, but not airplanes. I'm kind of new to the airplane thing. And, you know, this is a great airplane to feel comfortable with going up and flying around, you know, and God forbid I lose perspective of it and put it into the ground or something, you know what I mean? It's not the same as destroying a balsa plane that it took me hours and hours to build. Do another touch and go. Do another touch and go. I'm doing these touch and goes just because I wanted to show you this landing gear is healthy. It's they put a good landing gear on this airplane, and I believe that's because, you know, it's intended to be a trainer, and that's most likely going to be flown by people who aren't the best pilots. That was really a touch and go, just like a one little touch. And for the price tag, I believe it holds up to it. It absolutely lives up to that. It lives up to what it needs to be. Oh, there's birds flying around it. Oh, we got someone else coming in. Yeah, that wind is kicking pretty good. Definitely getting pretty windy. So now, while I got it up in the air pretty high, so I'm in a place where things can go wrong and I can fix it. I mean, there's a full loop. I'm not gonna fly it upside down just because I'm not there yet. I have no doubt the plane can do it, but I don't have that confidence in myself to fly inverted with the sun kind of in my face and this wind that we have going on. I'm not there yet. We got a pretty healthy wind kicking now. I doubt I'll show this whole video, but I think that sound is the wheels rolling. So I've just dropped the throttle to 0 and I hadn't even started to make the turn yet. And it just coasted all the way around. man, I tell you, for a moment, I lost perspective of the aircraft with the sun. It was perfectly lined up. That is not a great feeling. Zero throttle. I'm going to bring it in and see, just check out and make sure that the nose cone hasn't come loose or something, because it's making a pretty consistent noise. I think it's just the wheels. All right, so I'm back with the Trainstar. Busted out the old airbrush kit and added some color to it. So yeah, we took it on a couple flights that day. Unfortunately, a video with my son didn't come out, but I was able to transfer him control of the aircraft. He was able to fly it around a little bit, bring it around, and I took back over for the landing. But yeah, I was able to, after that, I did another video, was able to do touch and goes with it. I mean, I'm not a very seasoned pilot. I've only been flying for a couple of months. And I bounced this thing through a couple of touch and goes, no problem. Didn't bend the landing gear in the least. I think the airplane flies great. I think, you know, if you're going to own a couple aircrafts, this should be one of them. If you're considering a trainer, like if you've done some sim flying and you want to actually buy a, you know, a real aircraft to give it a try, I know I could say that flying the airplanes on the sim wasn't super thrilling to me. I bought the sim for the helicopter flying, but to go out and fly the real airplanes is a ton of fun. It's you get out there in the wind and it's pretty neat. But anyways, this aircraft here, I actually have so much confidence in it that I set it up. This is my GoPro mount right here. So I'm hoping to do some videos in the future, shooting video off of this. And if you see aerial footage, it's probably going to be coming from this thing. It's got a really low stall speed. It flies good. It's pretty... I added some yellow stripes to make the visibility of the aircraft a little better. It was mostly black and white, which aren't my favorite colors. You know, the clouds are white, the sky's blue, and then the lines between the clouds and the outlines are blackish. So you get the thing into some clouds and it disappears. And the red was helpful. It's pretty good. But adding the yellow, I think is really going to make it pop. So I can't wait to get out and do some more flights with it. Look for some future videos. I'll experiment with some different batteries. I have a 2800 3S that I can't wait to put in here. I think I'll be able to pull some pretty serious flight time. I think I might be able to push this plane to the 12 to 14 minute range with that 2600. I think it's a 2600. So look for future videos on that. And if you see from aircraft shots of another one, they are probably coming from this one. So that's all I got on the Trainstar. So yeah, I think it's a great aircraft. If you're looking for a trainer aircraft, if you're flying sim but you're looking to go to that. The other thing that I really like and what this has become for me is like a warm-up aircraft. So I mean, I've got some balsa ones or some other airplanes that I have a little bit more money into. If I haven't flown in a week or two, it's great to have an airplane that, you know, travels well. These wings pop right off. Take this thing up and put it around the pattern a couple of times before I fly something that is a little more delicate, that maybe doesn't have this landing gear, just to get my hands back on the sticks and try it out. This is kind of going to be my warm-up airplane, and of course also to shoot videos off of. GoPro, stop recording.